So how does the U.S. legal system affect carrying on business? Well, we previously talked about how the legal system allows individuals to enforce their rights, and it recognizes the rights of individuals to be enforced. Now, importantly for that, the legal system recognizes what's called business entities. That is, that individuals can band together, or as individuals themselves, and carry on activity as a separate entity from themselves. Okay, so a single individual can form a business entity and perform services in the name of that business entity, but the entity itself is something separate from the individual. Likewise, a group or bunch of individuals can get together and carry on collective activity in the name of this business that is actually the business itself that is separate and independent from those individuals carrying on activity. Those individuals are simply representatives of the business. Now, this alone allows for greater productivity. The idea that individuals can band together, can combine their resources in order to use those synergies to create a greater total economic output. So the idea that business entities exist is a concept of the legal system, and the ability for them to carry on activities, again, promotes economic activity and promotes business itself for the greater benefit or utility in society. And allowing businesses to enforce its rights, okay, just as if it were individuals, okay, just as if they were citizens with those rights themselves, is an important aspect. Now, there is a great deal of controversy the extent to which the rights of individuals should be extended to business entities, and to the extent that these business entities are treated like a individual human being, a citizen subject to the law. But again, that's subject to later discussion. But simply the fact that the U.S. system, the U.S. legal system, recognizes business entities is an important aspect of how the legal system promotes business and economic activity.
Dugang sa mga balita, Mayor Polmones mapasalamaton sa mga katauhan sa pagsuporta sa plastic banning syudad sa Pagadian. Ang mga detalye gikan sa Provincial Press Bureau, Kokoy Manggaron.
Nagpasalamat si Mayor Romeo Tata Pulmones sa mga magpapatigayon o mga negosyante ning dakbayan sa Pagadian tungod sa gihatag nga kooperasyon o suporta sa hingpit nga pagpatuman sa minimal usage of cellophane kun pag-undang og gamit sa gitawag nga secondary packaging.
Pasiuna lang pasalamaton kay kung dako sa mga business establishment nga niundan na sila gamit sa secondary nga cellophane. Pasabot og secondary kay sama sa sausage o hotdog nakaputos man sa cellophane. Di man pwede tangtangon. Pag katong iputos sa segunda ato ng dagko nga cellophane, yung dan na gitaw gamit mga dagko nga tindahan, supot nang gid kita natin supot nang gid sila. So dako kay na kong pasalamat nga nakita nato ang kausaban para sa mga ma-minimize nato ang cellophane.
Samtang sa merkado publiko ug sa uban pa nga mga balay patigayon nga namaligya og mga basa nga produkto kon wet products, gitugutan sila sa paggamit sa mga recyclable o biodegradable materials isip primary packaging.
Although primary nagamit yung patag cellophane sama sa puto sa isda, di man na pwede malata man. Pero isda iputos og cellophane but ang gisudlan katon nang recyclable na. So napasabot nga ang katawhan syudad sa Pagadian nakasabot unya. Balik ta sa programa maunta ang atong mga basura atong hipusong di na dapat kaaglabay kay mo balik ra gini nato.
Paning baguhay pa lang sa usa ka surprise inspection ni Konsehal Dominador Yokogo Jr. sa merkado publiko, taliwala sa pagsanong sa kadaghanan sa mga balaod nga gipatuman, doon na pa'y pipila nga gahi paghihapon ng ulo kung nagkulang paghihapon sa disiplina o nasakpan nga nagyabo og wala masegregate nga basura, sagol ang mga malata o mga plastik nga silupin. Og tungod niini, gimultahan ang maong nasakpan dungan sa pagpaabot sa hangyo og mensahe nga magtinabangay para sa pagpalambo sa syudad sa Pagadian.
Ako lang ihangyo. Tanan, nga niya diri nga nagamit ini atong public market, naaman diri lang nga pangakuy. Namutabang unta sila sa programa sa itong Alandong Mayor, Romeo Tata Pulmones, kanag yun natong zero waste management. O di manggaling masiro, at least nga naata sa 80% nga limpyo nga itong merkado. Aron nga itong nga bisita kung ano, makadayag usap ka na to. Then, dili man kaya ni Mayor o sa akong committee o sa uban pang mga committee dyan sa syudad, kinahanglan nga ang involvement yun sa katawhan sa Pagadian City, namutabang.
Paday last day, Kusel, katong ay namindaw isda kanina nga nagreklamo siya kay isa ra ka silupin niyang gamiton pero ang customer niya mo nasuko kay gusto gyud ipadoble.
So ako lang po may balo sa mga tao diri nga naninda sabi nga gyud ning bakit sa isdaan na moingon nga biblihon ang sulupin bawal. So ayo himua nga ikaw mo magsakripisyo sa imong pagalingon kaya ang gialaw na gyud gamit diri sa wheat section is primary packaging. So kung hangyo sila nga dubli, ayaw yung sugot. Basig masakpan ka sa task force, ikaw mo mag-suffer, kaya ikaw na hinsupak sa wala.
Imo ang pagtambag ko siya dito sa mga mamalitay nga gusto ipadubli.
So kanang mamalitay, kamuhanin sa atong merkado, amo kong hawagon, na magdala po ta, dun sa may kanang recyclable materials nga, gikan sa itong balay, isunod na natin mga pinalit, aron ipaguli na ito, magamit yapon na ito. Kung dili kay magsalin na lang kita dito sa merkado, kaya ang kining merkado lagi, primary packaging lagi ng galaw.
Sa ulahi, gipaabot pagbalik ni Mayor Romeo Tata Pulmones ang iyang mainiton nga pagpasalamat sa tanang katawhan sa dakbayan sa Pagadian.
So muna ang atong programa karon nang hinaot ko, nagpasalamat ko dako ang katawhan syudad sa Pagadian na-implement kita og non-usage sa secondary cellophane na paggamit. Sa mga dagkong tindahan, sa gagmay lumulupyo syudad sa Pagadian, gagmay negosyante, tanan-tanan katawan, daghang kayong salamat sa gitawag na pag-implementar. Yan ang gitawag na to minimize nga usage sa cellophane.
Si Pagadian City Mayor Romeo Tata Pulmones. Gikan sa Provincial Press Bureau, Kokoy Manggaron para sa Zambusor News Patrol.
Zambusor News Patrol. Zambusor News Patrol.
These college students are buying food items in the supermarket for a get-together after class. With their meager allowance, they notice that prices of some basic goods have gone up after the implementation of a new tax law.
Tumataas po. Kung hindi po tumataas, nababawasan po yung laman. Kagaya po nitong noodles po, Dalawang kain po siya. Umaga at saka tanghali, pinapagkasya na lang.
But it appears that prices of other goods are also becoming more expensive in the weeks to come. Several manufacturers have informed the Trade Department of price adjustments due to additional operating expenses and higher priced raw materials. But a manufacturer with several brands of sardines, meatloaf, beef loaf, corned beef, and condiments have already increased prices. Another company selling well-known sauces wants to hike prices by 90 centavos to 1 peso per bottle. Even some brands of Noche Buena products have informed DTI of price adjustments.
Hindi naman porke nag-advise sila sa atin, automatic na magtataas sila. Of course, we will have to study it and then communicate with them.
The DTI earlier declared that price adjustments due to the new train law should only be from 4 centavos to 25 centavos per can. Due to the upward adjustments, consumer group Laban Consumer asks the DTI to inform the public about price adjustments on all basic and prime commodities.
Ilathala na nila ang listahan ng SRP ng lahat ng basic at prime commodities, regular or premium brand. Importante po yan, lalo na sa ngayon, minomonitor natin ang presyo kung tumaas ba o hindi.
But the DTI says even if the prices are not published in newspapers, these are already included in the mobile app or DTI website for the public's reference.
Sa tingin ko, hindi na kailangan whoever wants to access it, the application is easily accessible.
The DTI explains not all brands of basic goods have a suggested retail price, but items considered as premium brands are still being monitored. Alvin Olchico, ABS-CBN News.
The Filipino economy is growing steadily, has a young English-speaking workforce and sits right in the middle of East Asia. All this combines to make it a pretty attractive place to do business. But what's driving growth in this expanding market, and how can foreign companies do business here? I sat down with the head of Grant Thornton's Filipino practice to find out.
In the past few years, the Philippines has been the strongest, one of the strongest players in the region in terms of economy. We've not been affected by, some downturns in other parts of the world, and I see this to be a continuing trend.
Is it hard for a foreign business to enter the Philippines? Is it better to do it through direct entry or by finding a local partner?
I think for all business who are interested to come to the Philippine market, it is important that they understand it first so that they would know, who the players are, who the prospective customers are. And then from there, they would be able to decide whether they could go in on their own or would need to, go in with another partner. Filipinos are really looking for additional resources and would welcome partnership arrangements with multinationals.
How does the income tax and company tax structure differ in the Philippines and other Asian markets?
For corporation, the tax would be at 30% of net income. For individuals, we have a different tax rates. The top rate is 32%. Unfortunately, right now, the Philippines would be one of the highest tax rates, would have the highest tax rates in the region.
We hear a lot about the BPOs, the call centres, the professional services. What other industries in the Philippines are growing?
If you look at the Philippines, the population right now is already 101 million. That's a lot of people. And the requirements of this population has to be, met. So we're talking about housing, we're talking about transportation, education, telecommunication is going to be a priority. So there are a lot of opportunities.